Red lights are on, no warm-up lap for this. They're straight off, they're racing. We don't go green flag, there's race. I forgot that, if I'm honest. The number 50 car that was in the wrong position is getting an absolute beast of a start. Ricky's going up the inside, trying to get past our pole sitter as we go towards Redgate. Ooh, and the Team Dark Side definitely entered the dark side there and was not prepared to let anybody come through. But that number Fiesta has taken full advantage of the unexpected advantage of starting a grid further forward and is up into, what's that, second place, because the Gay and Tester number 16 car slotted in behind them as they stand, and here comes the rain. Goodness me, you can see the mist down in the distance there, and it's just coming against the window ever so slightly here. This is what they want then. Hey, let's make it even more entertaining when you've got a field of 38 tin tops. Absolutely brilliant. But they're making their way up round McLean's for the first time, and it is still the Parkins number 13, the Golf, that has the lead, and it looks like the number 16 Honda is trying to make a move up the inside and is going to do it. So the Gay and Tester car moves up ahead of the number 50 car of Ricky. And as they come hurtling back towards us, we'll have to wait and see whether there's any penalties dished out for the wrong grid slots or not, or whether they'll just sort of go, not their fault, we'll let it slide. But down towards us we go here. The one that's definitely done well out of that initially was Ricky, number 50. Good job there in that blue Fiesta. Down to third, because now the challenge from the Gay and Tester Honda has come. We knew it was going to come. I just wasn't expecting it quite that early. But Sam Gay or Colin Tester, delete as applicable. Not sure which one's out there, I'm afraid. Don't know start drivers. But making their way down towards Hollywood. It is still the Parkins in that Team Darkside Volkswagen Golf number 13 that has the nod at the moment. What happened to Guthrie? Number 22 dropped down to 4th place. And into the pits. Now, this was quite terrifying for the number 18 car, because as they got started, they were indicating to the right, trying to get towards the grass, knowing that they had an issue, wanted to get out of the way, and everybody was kind of split at either side to try and avoid it. This rain is coming down very hard now, especially over the far side of the circuit. It's like a mist. It's like smoke has gone across the other half of the circuit. Caution rain, it says on TSL. Just in case you didn't know, it's raining, absolutely. And I tell you, I giggle, but of course that was one of these unique things. Up here I can see the sort of almost smoke-like haze over on the other half of the circuit. It is now over this side, but it could have been. In fact, you know what? This is sort of sleet by the looks of it. It looks like we got snow in the middle of this as well. Yeah, welcome to April, ladies and gentlemen. There is snow here. I know some of you are listening on TSL. You're just not going to believe this. It is snowing here at Donington Park in April. What happened to that song? Blip, blip, blop, little April showers. It's not an April shower. It's snow. And that's why it looks so much like smoke over the far side. Now, I bet the drivers, and you just see a few of them, to use the phrase that I love to use, looking like a dog trying to change direction on a kitchen floor as they were going through Redgate there. They're turning right and the car's going straight on, but all of them have just managed to tiptoe themselves safely round there. They just need to get used to these conditions. But I guess one of the key things, as far as I'm aware, they're on road tyres. I'm looking at the cars going up through the Schwanz, and it's actually kicking up a fine dust of snow off of the circuit. This is just incredible. It just didn't. I knew it said it was going to rain, but I didn't expect this. And I thought that some people that were sort of posting some social media photos from further up north last night, I thought they were exaggerating that it settled snow up in the likes of Manchester and what have you. But it's not settling here, but it's hard. It is snowing hard. It's not even sleet anymore, I don't think. But the Parkins still leading the way. And in fact, the Tester and Gay Honda just got held up by a very slow back marker there. Unfortunately, I think the number 6 BMW is going like really, really slow. And I think that just compromised them quite dramatically going through Robert's chicane. So, you know, everybody's struggling with these conditions, and that includes the back markers, to be fair. So that suddenly means the gap is now best part of 4 seconds, despite the fact that the number 16 Honda was initially really challenging. That Integra was looking really racy. Second place, as I say, 16 Gay Tester. Third, the number 50 Fiesta of Marco Ricci. Wait and see, as I say, whether there's any penalty for starting out of position. In fourth place, number 22, David Guthrie, the front row starting David Guthrie. Now let's have a look lap time wise. No, he's not closing in on the cars ahead of it. We'll wait to see. The snow is falling lighter now, and in fact I'm looking up, bemused at sunshine now starting to come back through. Great Britain, ladies and gentlemen. We love our weather. Into the pits comes the number 17 car. Now that car actually started quite far up, didn't it? Where was the 17? Alistair Esam started on the 7th row, but sadly that MX-5 has come into the pits. Probably just wants a roof, doesn't it, after those conditions? But the good news is it's largely stopped now as our leader comes towards us to complete the 4th lap, comfortably in the lead for the Parkins. Ryan and Scott Parkin, that Volkswagen Golf. Team Darkside yet again putting a rapid piece of kit out on the circuit. The MX-5 of Esam thankfully is going back out onto the circuit, so whatever the issue was, they're happy with it now. It looks to me as though Guthrie, number 22, indeed, looking at the lap times, is closing in on that third place Ricky. They are all Class B in those top positions. Good move up there by the number 2 car, Bone. Boomerang Racing, great team name there. They've got themselves up into 5th place now, ahead of Pork and Puttinger. And McLean dropped down, the 126 car. The blue Renault Clio dropped down behind the Abbott 92. That wonderful Peugeot 306 Rally. The Peugeot 306 Rally was probably going happy days with these weather conditions. I'll have a bit of that. But into the pits also now has come the 66 car of Clark, the Clio Cup car. Being weight collected by his team all the way at the far end. Didn't sound anything wrong with that car, so we'll wait and see whether that's a fleeting trip and they'll be able to get that back. The number 18 car's back out on circuit. Sorry, I missed that. I said that it had a problem off the start, as well as starting a grid, a row further back than it should have done. But we're sort of trying to be avoided by everyone. Was avoided by everyone just about. Came into the pits. And he's now back out there. And we'll wait and see. Is that up to speed? Let's have a look. Number 18, Tom Starkey, as expected. It's 135. Yeah, it's getting back up to the speed that we'd expect to see of it. What did it do in qualifying? Tom Starkey, 123.4, 135. So no, but of course we are a lot slower with these conditions. I'm trying to sense now conditions because it's all around us. I can see haze of rain and snow and whatever else. But actually, looking at the way the wind's blowing, it's in that far direction, and to be honest, it's just patchy sun and clouds now that we should be having for the rest of the foreseeable. 36.5 minutes left to go. Another one who gained a couple of places on that last tour, the 144 car of Hobson. Sarah Hobson in the Toyota Celica, that lovely white Toyota Celica with the yellow flashes. Anybody who's seen the Trackday Trophy races will have, without question, recognised that car. BMW Z4 Coupe goes across the line. I just love that number 81 car. It looks so good. Did lose 8 positions that last time round. That looks like he's had a moment out there because that was a 159, so sadly had an issue. Number 18, Starkey, is flying now in that number 18 car, where it started in 9th, don't forget, that silver Honda Civic, the Green Star Racing car. What lap did we get out of it last time round? A 139. No, it's still got a lot to find, I would suggest, but at least we've got it cranked back up again. The race that I was expecting to happen, 22 and 2, joined together. Guthrie and Bone. So originally Guthrie was chasing down Ricky, so those two have lost contact, interestingly, with the 50 car of Ricky, who's already into Hollywood, as the other two together. And in fact, they're about to change. It looks like the number 2 car of Bone is about to make the move. Indeed, it's job done. Alex Bone, number 2, moves past David Guthrie. I wonder whether that's an issue for David Guthrie then. What was the lap time? 1:33 compared to 30, so that was 3 seconds slower last time round. I hope that's not a serious issue. Oh my gosh, and we've got Lappery going on down through the Craners, and there was lights flashing as we suddenly went 3 wide. The Peugeot 306 92 of Abbott was flashing furiously as they got probably a bit slippy and slidey down through that section of the Donington Park National Circuit. That would have been uncomfortable, I'm sure. Getting past also the number 17 ESAM MX-5 that had been into the pits and gone back out again. What was the other car that I was talking about that came in? I forget which one it was now, but it's clearly gone back out again. Leader's gone through. 6.3 is the gap between the front two. Still the Parkins in Team Darkside, number 13, leading the way. 16 Gay and Tester in second place. 50 Ricky still holding on to third place. Bone, Alex Bone, number 2, up to fourth place overall, but that's a Class C car, so it was already leading a Class C. But Abbott, who crosses the line, is in 7th, so needs to make up 3 places to try and fight with the leader of his class. I would suggest that it looks like the circuit is absolutely A-OK again now after that very surreal downpour of rain, then sleet, then solid snow. But never tell on this undulating Parkland circuit. So a few of them that are clearly just feeling a little bit more comfortable with the conditions out there now, because we're getting a few of them further down, just sort of making up those places. We had Hitchin, number 62, past the 144. I think is that the Mini, the 144 car, Sarah Hobbs. No, sorry, it's the Toyota Celica. So Hitchin just moved up a place. That's 4th and 5th in Class C. And Starkey, number 18, clearly getting that car wound back up again. Doing personal best lap after lap, so getting back into it, whatever the issue was, it just meant it could not pull away. Wow, the number 6 car at the back, Conway, has just held everybody up going through McLean's, just sat right in the worst possible place going up the hill round McLean's, and he's got a train of about 8 cars, I would say, at least, stuck behind him at that point. New fastest lap of the race for the Parkins that last time round. That was a 125.058, so they're certainly happy with these conditions now. But it was a purple Sector 1, fastest of anybody, this next lap they're on, by Gay and Tester. They've got to make up 6.8 seconds. Well, they've just made up 1 second in Sector 1 alone. So they're starting to reel that back in again. Of course, truth, we've got all this Lappery of Lappery going on across the line. Actually, that's not Lappery, that's genuine positions. They all got held up sufficiently by Conway in number 6 that it just juggled about 5 or 6 of those cars in the order all over the place. Now, what of our leaders? Purple Sector 2 for the number 16 car of Gay and Tester. There it comes. So, leaders already gone through in the middle of traffic. And it is a new fastest lap of the race, 124.507. But by the end, it was only half a second quicker than the Parkins lead car, so it's only down to a fraction over 6 seconds, so still a frustratingly huge margin at the moment for the Gay and Tester Honda to be able to close in, but that's Integra, we know is very rapid. Love the fact 2 and 22 still joined together. Alex Bone in the Class C car, 22 David Guthrie in the Class B Ford Fiesta. Still line astern, just trying to pick their way through the traffic as they exit Redgate. They don't need to fight for the classes, but as I've said before, they're racing drivers. They're always going to do it, and we urge and applaud and encourage every time that that's exactly what they do. Another purple Sector 1 that time round. About half a second made up in Sector 1 by Gay and Tester. I think they're in the middle of a big gaggle of traffic coming down the exhibition straight. Here's our leaders coming through to complete 10 laps this time round. They were pretty equal on sector 2, but and picking his way through goes the Integra number 16 across the line, and it just compromised him hugely on that final sector, and suddenly that lead is back out to 6.9 seconds. So it was just a big ask. Into the pits has come the 108 car of Grundy. That white Renault Clio stops. Now, are we into... Yeah, pit window is open, so that's the reason why we are now able to make the pit stops. Remember, 38 cars try and do their pit stops in here. Grundy isn't making any driver changes, so that's just going to be sit there for the mandatory amount of time. Double figures worth of laps, but 29.5 minutes left to go in this 45-minute race. So we're past 1/3 race distance. I know, quick math. How good's that? No, the still Starkey getting. Oh no, sorry, that's the number 90 car. I got confused with for a second there. That was looking quick. McHugh's just, and there's it did look quick, and has actually made up a place that time, up into 11th place. Here comes our leader through to complete the 11th lap, still picking their way through this very busy circuit. Last time round they'd done the fastest lap of the race. Personal best, fastest lap of anybody again, 1:23. But that's been beaten at 1:23.2 for Gay and Tester. So they're trading blows, but sadly for us, separated by 6 3/4 seconds. So they're trading blows from a distance. It's called marriage, that, isn't it? I don't know. But they're trying their best to fight with each other. Now, are we going to get any changes in the pit windows? We shouldn't do, because of course they should end up pitting for the same amount of time. Grundy's still in the pits at the moment. Guthrie, number 22, got past the 2, and not only has David Guthrie got past the Class C car, which you'd say it probably should do, but it's pulled away very comfortably already. Now, no, and that is down to Guthrie finding more speed. He's down into the 24s now, whereas 26s is still the same sort of time for Alex Bone. So it's more a case of, I would suggest, the conditions just getting a bit more comfortable with them. Out goes the first of our pit stoppers. Pit stop complete. Grundy, number 108, so probably feels like an eternity. Second car coming in is 118. He says try not to think of an advert. 118 Oaklands, it says on the side. Also in comes Jude Worley, number 20, beautifully prepared at Mazda MX-5. Jude Worley in the 2007 Mazda MX-5, and as I say, the other one that had come in was the 118 Toby Hotston. Also, there comes Alex Bohm, so Bohm has brought the number 2 car in as well. In fact, I missed somebody else that's in further down. That's going to be 61 Abbott is in as well. And the Mini Cooper S, Craig Abbott. Still the Parkins lead, and they're just getting quicker. Wow, what have they done at 1:21.6? So they're suddenly taking that lead out to 8.9 seconds, best part of. They've crossed the line again and completed 13 laps. Here comes the Gay and Tester G&M Motorsport run car. That's now over 10 seconds. They're doing personal bests. So, yes, it's safe to say that these conditions have come back. Grundy, the 108 Clio, has actually come straight back in again, with a teddy strapped, a pink teddy strapped to the roll cage I saw through the window there as it's trundling its way down. So they're not happy with something. Alex Bohm, they're actually having to tape up the bodywork by the looks of it, so there must have been, well, I'm making an assumption, but maybe a little bit of contact out there. Nothing major, because I certainly couldn't tell it, but They are taping it up. The 150 Mini is in as well. That's Hamer, the Class C Mini in stationary. The 118 car is on its way out already, so that definitely was an awful lot quicker than the Grundy Clio stopped earlier anyway, so clearly is an issue. 126 making its way in as well. That's McLean, who was running in 8th position. Into the pits also number 11. Chris Warwick and Reese Warwick in the Golf liveried Mazda MX-5. Alex Bohm, number 2, makes his way out of the pits. Leader's gone through. And there goes the second place car, 14 laps completed. That's better. They've now got a fastest lap of the race, 120.112. Wow, so they've just lapped 2 seconds quicker, so it's back down to 8 seconds. It's just amazing. It's proper topsy-turvy, isn't it, between these front two? It's just such a shame that they've been split out because of the craziness at the start of this race, really, but... Oh, it is. It's off in the gravel. So where's that? Which one have I just pressed? Camera number 10. It's off at Coppice. So it's just behind the grandstand. If I now step backwards, I can see. So it's thrown it into the gravel. The snatch wagon's trying to get it out. So our leader, and it is well and truly beached right halfway up the wheels there for the Parkins. Team Darkside, they will be out later in the Trackday Championship as well. Although officially it says that's only one of them racing in that. I hope it's the one that hasn't yet. But you never know. That changes that. They're getting tested cars back out after doing their pit stop, and they're going to inherit that lead. I was wanting them to get closer, but I wasn't wanting it to change to that level. It is now being...